Oh dear, Tyler nearly binned it in the wall. Good evening, everyone. It might be a second slower, but it's got a good chance of being on pole, Marcus. I don't think anybody else is improving yet. They're not. So Marcus will take pole. The Williams and the McLarens showing strong here. A lot of people invalidated as well, looking at that. It's a tough one as well for invalidating this track. Track limits is going to be key around here as well. Marcus putting it on pole with Andy. Look at the front row, Tyler and Brad just behind. It's always an interesting turn 1 and 2 this. Just what we like to see. A wet Canada. Tyler wants an invite to the party. Let's get him in.
Hi mate.
Oh, look at this.
I knew you'd like that, mate. Knew you'd like this.
Just a shame Coda's not here. I miss most of quality because sorting the kids out.
Yeah, I think Marcus P1, Andy
Yeah,
P2, me P3.
I got the end of it.
Ah, right, okay.
I seen. I nicely got you losing it at. I don't know what turn it is. That left hand, the left right before the DRS.
Yes, yeah. I braked too late into the left,
Yeah.
and it just fucked me up. I was a 10th up, so I could have been. I could have challenged for pole if I'd have kept that, but it is what it is, mate. The rain, just so you know, the rain's here for about 80% of the race, and then it dries up.
Yeah, so there's a chance it could change.
Yeah, so I'm fully expecting a safety car.
Well, a safety car normally means that it will go to dry.
And the so the game update from yesterday that's meant to have fixed smoke, brake smoking, tyre smoke, is a load of rubbish because it's even worse than it were before.
I can believe that.
I can see even less.
It's
Absolutely shit.
It's always worst at that right hairpin, isn't it? Before it last
Right.
DRS.
That's right, yeah. It's awful there. No, the only good thing about it being wet is the fact that brake smoke, tyre smoke's not an issue really, but spray is. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of times you're gonna have to maybe go off racing line if you're behind someone and just to see what's happening.
Yeah. I mean it's gonna mess with braking and whatnot, but we'll see what happens. I fully expect to go backwards in this race, as well. I'll not be challenging for the podium tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Coda's gonna get on in time or not to join us, but
Is he busy? Is he?
yeah, he's going to Hamburg again. I think
Shit.
might be Wednesday or Thursday.
Time to go. So I'll go join the boys.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy the race.
Yeah, have a good one. Watch Marcus do a bit of drifting on the formation lap. Single track's got a following, looking at this. He's got a few in there. Let's hope he improves on his P10 starting position. Been told it's going to be wet for about 80% of the race, so good chance of it drying up at the end. Chris Bailey comes team. Give us your views on the Williams progress this season. Williams have been very strong this season. I'm looking, there's only 5 points between the Williams and the Red Bulls. And then they're 30 in front of the McLaren, so it's going to be an interesting constructors battle, this. Mercedes are 91 behind, that might be a little too much. Let's watch it from Brad's point of view. In fact, we'll try and get flick through each drive as we're going into turn one. Quite a few have had to go wide, probably to avoid any contact. Don't forget, these run no assist, no line or anything, so they've just gone from a dry quali to a wet race. And I think if you're anybody, you're happy to be Marcus at the minute, just at the front, can just take his own line. Let's have a look at the tyres, are going to be obvious. Oh, full wets. I thought somebody might have gambled and started on the inters. But you can see not much position change. Single track is going to look up the inside of Apex Joe. It looks like he gets a better drive than Apex Joe out of there as well. Is he going to go for Spudley as well? Looking that way. Let's keep an eye on this. Lovely bit of driving there though. As the front six have pulled a bit of a gap here to Spudley. I believe you can change your tyres. Somebody could have gambled and picked the inters, but obviously it would have told them wets. Devo is off, and that brings out a virtual safety car. Better keep up with the chat as well, seeing as Coda's not here. My one-man band tonight. Oh, I didn't know that. Doesn't surprise me with this game though. There we go, I've popped the link for the Discord. You're going to come and join in on the fun. Migrating host? Oh, I think the game has shit itself here. Yeah. Yeah. It's kicked everybody out, so it's going to be a lobby restart. Get yourself in, Chris. Well, I won't pay in for half a race then. I got sacked. Let's see what. Look at this game. Yeah. And it's like that. Oh, look at this. Oh, single tracks up to P4. It's absolutely chaos. Single tracks on for a podium yet. I think all these are ghosted cars now. Well, It's this great game. What can I say? I can remember back in the day, you used to pay £40 for a game on a disc, and it never had any issues. Companies nowadays are getting away with £70, £80, £90 games that aren't even done correctly. It just beggars belief. But anyway, while I let the game do what it wants to do, while they get the lorry set up. Oh, well done. Who's won the race? Yeah, this was a very quick race. And it's a Red Bull in P1. Is that Brad? Or is it Devo? And Brad races takes the victory. After Airman in P2, single track P3. That's your podium there, boys. There's the drivers, look. Oh, everybody's retired. 6 points for first, yeah. Oh dear. I find it strange because Marcus finished a minute and 10 before everybody else. But anyway, let's see if we've got an invite. Here we go. Right on cue. Right, for everybody to join. Let's get Chris Bailey in the elite chat and everything. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, one of life's great questions, that. Bit like I keep asking about how many seashells can she sell by the seashore? So I believe we're waiting on 4. What's Com's favourite? Greg's pasty. I think I have to put steak bake, I'm afraid, as number 1. Steak bake or a sausage, bean and cheese melt, but if I had to pick one of the two, definitely a steak bake. We've got 9 people watching. Okay, now look at this for a following. Come on then. Festive bake. I'll get a couple of at Christmas period, but that's about it. Not the biggest fan. Single track's joined. He's got all his fans in here cheering him on. What do you rate the pepperoni pizzas from Greggs out of 10 then, lads? What would you give it? A lot of people rate the Greggs pizzas. I obviously rate them as well, but what would you give them? Got to be a solid 8, 9 out of 10. Who's the two that we're waiting on? Fancy Domino's, what's your favourite pizza? Favourite pizza from a Domino's? I'll tell you the one that I like, because I can never remember what it's called. Meatalicious, that's the one I like at the minute. Which, if you want a description of a Meatalicious, it's chicken strips, pepperoni, sausage, bacon, Would you rather have legs or fingers for legs? I think a better one would be would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes? Oh, it's raining. Again, remember your setups and all, if any of you watching. Well, there's no formation left, is there? So straight on. Let's hope for a better restart this time. Oh, there's a Ferrari off. There's a Kick Sauber off. Tyler seems to have had a start this time. Single tracks drop one. A lot more people changing positions. Let's go on board with Andy. Marcus has got a 2-second gap already to Tyler. So after lap one, Let's ride on board with the well-followed single track as he's catching back up to this main cluster of cars. Yellow flag. It's Sergeant Devsey that has gone round. And it's a yellow flag for single track who's in the wall. Oh no. This restart's caught a lot of people off the rhythm. And it's just not deserved. The single track had a good start to the first race. I think at one point he gained the position and were up to P9, challenging for P8, and that the game fucked its scent. And it's cost single track a lot of places, and Devsey. I'm just hoping the two guys at the back will have a moment, just carry on, hope for a safety car, because I would like to think there'll be at least one. The closest battle at the minute is Vans Racing on Spud Lake. Don't forget there's no DRS. The top six have got a nice 7.5 second gap. Is Van's going to look for a move? No, he backs out. Maybe the best thing to do at the minute, just force the driver into a mistake. Like that, he's gone a bit deep there. He's had a little bit more of a slide. Oh, I think there was room left. Not sure about that, but if Vans keeps it together and gets a good exit, he will have got the move done. Hard but fair racing, that I would say. I think Vans might feel it we're a little bit too aggressive, but I didn't see nothing wrong with that. But they just try to give each other room and race in wet conditions. Marcus is just ticking along though. Seems like he likes the wet conditions more than the dry. He'll probably be telling me after the race that that's a lie, but Devsey with a 3-second time penalty after 5 laps. It's not bad, to be fair. I was thinking there might be a few more. Archie on Devo. As Devo doesn't defend as hard as what Single track's in the pits. Wonder if he's got wing damage. Two stops? He stopped twice, single track. I did not know that. But he's on Inters. Is he thinking it's time for Inters already? As Vans picks up 3 seconds. Young is in the pits. Maybe it is time for Inters. Youngie gets a new wing and some Inters. Is it something maybe for Tyler to consider? If you can get, if it is Inters weather. Andy got past Tyler. Must have had a big mistake because Andy's got past him. Andy's a bit clearer than him as well. So that to me smells of Tyler having a slide somewhere. Spudley gets back past Archie. Archie still winning P10, not? Looking at single track, I don't think it's Inter's time. I mean, there is a line developing. So I don't know, it could potentially be Inter's. I mean, I suppose I could look at Youngi's time compared to Mafasa's. See if he gains a lot of times on 20.7. I'm looking at that time and it's gone up to 21. So that's telling me that they are getting to borderline being the same speed of tyre. So if that's the case, you might as well just stick it out in the wets and use that tyre life as Devsy gets back past Youngit. I think we'll watch a bit of Dots Perez. He's right behind Ehrman. Yellow flags, wonder if that's Youngit. Is he struggling a lot more on the Minters? As Tyler's catching back up to Andy F1. Tyler seems to have got himself into a nice little rhythm here. Braking early, getting that car settled and getting the power on. That is the key in the wet. You brake half a second too late and it's chaos. You're costing yourself so much time. Whereas if you brake early, you could maybe set your corner up a lot better. So now he gets past Devo. Just before the long straight. Before the Wall of Champions. Archer's side by side with Spudley. Oh, not too sure on that one. I don't know if they both got a penalty for that or if they already had them. That was just the wall stepping out and Archie couldn't go anywhere and Spudley thought he left enough room. I'm not too convinced about anything on that. Might be something for the stewards to have a look at. I was lucky not to be an F, to be honest. Dots Perez just keeping in that 6/10 behind Ehrman. Like a tramp on chips is there. Andy F1 sets a fastest lap, 22.6. Is that track drying up? Maybe it could be a bold move to go for Inters now. If that track is drying, is anybody going to gamble? I mean, I suppose if you're Marcus, Apex Joe, Vans Racing, and Devsy, it's quite a little bit of a boring race, but oh, what's happening here? Devo and Seb Mail. having a bit of racing. Andy F1 with another fastest lap. Oh, Devils took that wide. Archie looks up the inside of Spudley. These two are having a nicely competitive race, these two. Archie goes a little deep there, which allows Spudley a chance around the outside, but it's a big ask. Nobody gambling for Inters just yet. Oh, Spudley! He's kept it going. Just got a little too close to that rear Archie. And look at that, it's dropped him by 2 and a bit seconds. 2.5 seconds. The closest car's on track at the minute. Oh, Dots, Perez and Eamon. Tyler is catching Andy though. And that's Tyler's teammate. Oh, Tyler's got 3 seconds. As the Mercedes, as his teammate inadvertently put him off. Oh, Tyler's on a slide. Oh, youngest. Here, the Mercedes. They're just slipping and sliding the way around the track. Is it time to get them tyres off? Or was it just too eager? About 3 seconds, I think, definitely threw Tyler off. In any other division, you can get away with losing your head for 30 seconds a minute because you've got a time penalty, but in the elite division, when you've got to be concentrated at 110% every second, you can't. I personally think it could be time for Inters. But nobody's pitted yet. Nobody's deciding to take a gamble and go a bit early to try and get an undercut. I'm surprised somebody like Dots Perez hasn't thought about it, because if he got a lap or two on Airman on the undercut, you'd think he'd come out quite a bit ahead of him. It's just a question for these chaps whether it's inters or wets. And there's a Haas, it's Mufasa. He's had big contact with the wall there. That left hand side of that wing is no good. And he's got to do a full lap with it as it is. But all the cars are now spread apart. Who is going to gamble? Or a lot of people just waiting on these wets until it dries up? As Brad Races even has a slide. Youngie's put a set of wets back on. And I think if I was these chaps in this situation, Brad, Tyler and Andy, I will be boxing for some fresh tyres. But you don't want to box at the same time as the guy in front, because then you've got no undercut option, you've got no time to gain. I mean, you don't have to pit with it being a wet race. Somebody could just decide, well, I'm going to just do all 35 laps. Brad's in. Brad's listened to me, he's bit the bullet and gone in. Is he going to put inters or wets back on? He's putting fresh wets on. That's a safe move, but is it the right move? And is that going to cause a reaction now from Tyler and Andy? I mean, it will put Brad, it puts him to P6 and it gives him clean air. So now they definitely have to make a decision now. Tyler and Andy. You'd like to think they're going to make a decision this lap. Apex Joe puts on some more wets. Is anybody going to put inters on? Mufasa's put inters on. There's a yellow flag, that's a Mercedes. Is that Youngie? It was. Archie and Spudley have both pitted. Them two have both put wets on. Seb Bale's pitted, he's put a set of wets on. Nobody gambling for the inters if it does dry up. Tyler and Andy are going again. That is what Brad wants to see. Brad wants to see Tyler and Andy just keep going. He's going to get a full lap and a clear lap to close that time down. Meanwhile, the chances of Andy and Tyler going extra slow and maybe having a mistake increases. I think Brad's made the smart play here and gone in a little bit earlier than what he probably wanted to. Let's see if Andy, is Marcus going to pit? Or is Marcus just going to think, I'll wait till everybody else pits. I've got the gap. Yep, Marcus is thinking that. Andy is going again. Tyler is going again. So they're not responding to Brad. are they holding out for it to change to Inters? Will it get to that point? All if buts and maybes at the moment. But all Brad can do. Yellow flag, and that's a Haas. Is that Mufasa? It was, I think. Brad's done all he can do. Gone in early. He needs to put a few good laps in. I think he's going there to about 18 seconds, Brad. Or 19 seconds. That's Perez gets 3 seconds. Devs is DNF'd. Oh, he's retiring the pits. Obviously not enjoying himself. Would be enjoying themselves in the wet conditions at Canada on this game. But obviously that now means that everybody who finishes will get points. Brad Racers just needs to get into a nice rhythm, and that looks like a lovely exit there. None of the front three are pitting, they're still going. Now what Brad doesn't want is for it to dry up. Brad wants this just to be raining all the way through, wet tyres all the way through. Oh, there's a Haas round, it's Mufasa. He's obviously not enjoying the wet conditions. Archie picks up another 3 seconds. So he needs to finish. Devo is round into turn 1 and 2. That's allowed Archie to move back up into 9th. Van's Racing has boxed for Inters. Now that is interesting. We'll keep a comparison on that time from Vans to Apex, which is 17.8 at this moment. There's a yellow flag. Maybe Spudley. Or Andy. I'm not sure. But anyway, 22 laps. the top 5 have done. Marcus has decided to pit. Now that is an interesting call. If I were Marcus, I'd have just carried on going. And he's put Inters on. Now I don't normally and the 2 Williams drivers are coming out at the same time. Is one going to yield position? Is Ehrman going to let Marcus through? Yes, it does. He had to do, really. Marcus is on for the win. Oh no, what's happened here? I had a quick toilet break and I've come back and I'm not in the game or anything. Don't tell me it's glitched. Either that or it's just booted me out. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get back in. I've already joined. I don't think I have. What a game. So let's have a look, see what we're coming back to then. We're coming back to Tyler in the lead. So coming back to Tyler in the lead, 10 seconds ahead of Marcus for a 3-second time penalty. I've got a feeling Tyler's going to hold that yet. And the undercut didn't work for Brad and Andy. The rain is slowing as well. Archie sets a new fastest lap, so that track is improving. Tyler's put himself into a position where I think he's going to have to stay out. Marcus is on a big slide. Oh, that's cost him a load of time and could cost him the race. Oh, Tyler, if he didn't have them 3 seconds, I think he'd be quietly confident. Marcus has to take, so he's got to get within 3 seconds, so that's 7.5 seconds with 28. In fact, we'll just call it when it crosses the line at 29. We'll work out how much a lap he needs to take off Tyler. So Tyler he's got 29, 30, 32, 34. He's got 7 laps left, Tyler. And Marcus has got to take 6.5 seconds a lap. So he's got less than a second a lap to take off. And I think he will, because I don't think it's wet conditions anymore. Well, I don't think it. I know it. Inters are the faster tyre. And so far Marcus will do enough to get within that 3 second time penalty. If he didn't have that 3 second time penalty, on the other hand, it would be having to overtake on the track. But I think Tyler knew that would come in the fastest lap. Oh, Andy's took it off Marcus. The track's going to be improving all the time. Brad Racers is going to be put under pressure from Eamon and Dots Perez, but Dots Perez has got 3 second time penalty. If Tyler can see these wets home, I think he's guaranteed a podium. But the longer he stays out, the more risk he's got of spinning. The more risk he's got of getting a penalty. I think Marcus got the pitting and Andy got the pitting absolutely spot. All the ones on the Inters have got the pitting spot on. As Ehrman is going to be making a move on Brad, I would imagine. Brad has to concede that to Ehrman. Vans is in the wall and is round. That allows Archie to gain a position. Dots Perez needs to make a move on Brad. He needs to set it up. Oh, Brad is having some... Oh, Dots Perez had to avoid Brad. Save your battery, Dots. You need to save your battery for the DRS straight. You need to do exactly... No, not use it now. He's looking... That's a very tight angle. As Brad catches tyres with Dots, but... He's got that move done, but he hasn't got much battery. Tyler's just settling for P3 looking at this, but... I don't think anybody else is going to pit now, so time penalties. Tyler looks like he's going to end up dropping to P3. It'd have been interesting if he didn't have that 3 seconds. As Mufasa's off. Fair play to Single Track. And Devo for not getting any time penalties as well while being at the back. Fair play to Youngie for being Youngie and still being here. And Marcus will get that move done easily. I don't know why Tyler's fighting it as hard. There's no fighting in it. He's still gonna... There's no risk in fighting. Just let him by and just... Oh! He couldn't fight with Andy on that one. Andy's only 1.8 behind Marcus. Position droppers. I don't think there's going to be that many, to be honest, because they're all spread apart and they've all got time penalties. I mean, there's a few contentions for driver of the day. Marcus is probably the obvious one because he's seen it out from the front. He's had no time penalties. Tyler is in contention. He's done 35 laps on wets. He hasn't stopped this race. And has still managed to get a P3. And then you've got your two position gainers, which are Archie and Seb Mail. There you have it. Andy takes the fastest lap on the last lap. Marcus takes the win though. Andy in P2, Tyler in P3. Eamon will take it home in P4. Big points for Williams, extending the lead in the constructors. Got Perez with a P5. Brad. Oh yeah, Brad's pitted for a fastest lap attempt. Is he going to get it though? That is the question. I've just got 10-second time penalty for something. And Brad does take the fastest lap of Andy. Apex in P7, Archie P8. Well, if you were fuel saving and you've managed to catch back up and win it, then fair play. Absolutely solid drive again.
Hello, mate.
Alright.
How are you?
The drive of the day, the game gives it to Archie. It's a tough one for driver at day today, to be fair.
Look at that first race I've ever done with 0 stops.
Yeah, it'd have been more interesting if you didn't have that 3 seconds.
Do you know what, mate? It was that was so frustrating that way. The way I got that 3 seconds, mate, because
I've got it on stream. I'm watching you.
Lapping the back marker, mate. It shouldn't happen like that.
Youngie were in front of you, but I don't think.
I said to Youngie coming down that straight, me and Andy are coming, mate. You know, he could have just pulled over on that straight, let us pass, and then it'd have been great. But my pace, after getting that 3 second time penalty, was insane. I was catching them too rapid.
You were you seemed to you had cracking pace, and then you'd have a moment which would drop you back.
Yeah.
I noticed that a couple of times. You were like getting up to like less than a second to Andy, and then you'd have a moment, and you'd be like back to 3 seconds behind.
Yeah, and then but once I'd got that 3 second penalty, I didn't really make a mistake. I was catching him all the time. But once you get there, you don't understand how difficult it is to overtake in the raining cockpit. You just can't see anything. As soon as you get within a second of the car in front, that's it. You've got no view, no field of view. So difficult.
So I was saying when Marcus were coming back past you,
yeah,
and you were you didn't want to get up, you were fighting.
Yeah.
And I was just like, don't do it. What you doing it for? You're like, you're taking a risk of spinning and losing more positions when you were always going to finish P3.
Yeah, I took a gamble, staying out. I seen Marcus box. I thought the only way I'm going to beat these two is if I stay out.
Oh yeah, you had to roll dice.
Yeah, I had to. I didn't lose anything, but I didn't gain anything either. So
But there are a lot of the gaps in that race. Jesus, like fucking some gaps were like 20 seconds to one driver to another. Like,
Was it?
yeah, it were. But it's to be expected, isn't it? Rainy conditions and all that lot.
Yeah.
And it's like when you picked up your I think you picked up your 3 seconds, and then you had a moment again at that where you did in qualifying.
Yeah, I did, mate. Yeah, you're right. I did.
And I said that's when I said like that you can't normally in a normal race when you've got a few assists and what have you, you can have a shout and a rage.
Yeah.
But obviously on this division you can't because you're concentrating all the time. So I think you've just got angry and then it's thrown you.
Yeah. I saw red as soon as that 3 seconds. As soon as that happened and I got that 3 seconds, I was like, that's ridiculous. And I just saw red, and then I made another mistake, and I've got to get my head back in this game. The level of concentration is 10 times what it is when you can use assists. It's crazy. But
Anyway,
yeah, it was a good, all in all, good race. No incidents as far as I saw. They were just blue flags. Look at a fucking blue flag.
yeah, I think I think when you can see that they're coming behind you saying that they should have rear view on. Do you have rear view on cockpit cam?
Yes, mate, got rear view on, but it's not just rear view, you've got the track map. You know a car's coming.
Yeah.
So just be mindful.
When they get close to you, just like you say, just let them go.
You've just got to move and get out of the way.
Saying that though, to be fair, because I know you got your 3 seconds when Youngie were there, but there weren't really much Youngie could have done because it were a corner.
I know, I get that, but there were two straights right before it, and we was on him.
Before turn one were a possibility, but it's slowing down quite. It depends, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot. I don't know because I've not done no assists in cockpit cam, so it's going to be a lot harder to. I know you're going to have blue flags and everything.
Yeah, you got blue flags. It pops up on your screen, blue flag. You've got the flashing blue flag boxes around the track. You've got a track map that tells you a car's coming, and some of us have got rear view mirror on as well. So there's really no excuse for it, mate. You've got to get out of the way for the faster cars. It's as simple as that. It's not enough that they ghost so you can go through them. That's not enough because once you get inside that car, your vision is gone. You've got nothing, so you're driving blind. So they just need to move out the way.
But then, as Crofty said, that's the one rule he'd like taken away: blue flags. just let them race, which is he has got a point to be fair. It is a bit silly, blue flags, I think, myself, personally. Just let them race. In real life, I'm not game, just...
I think they need to get out of the way for me. You can't have... Because if they took the blue flag away, and then you ended up racing the car that you're in, if you was leading the championship, you could just put your second driver at the back and hold him up.
Yeah, but would that make it more interesting? It'd make racing more interesting, wouldn't it? More chances of overtakes and stuff like that. And
yeah, there is that, but it's just not right. It's ethically, it's just not right. They've got to move.
where is it next week?
I'm not sure.
Spain. So I'm going to stream here. So we're in Spain next week.
Spain.